update. Today we're gonna start with your quantitative aptitude class, and that is being the class of your 149 class of the session. And here we had done your 148 class of the session in the last classes. So today we continue with 149, that is being in arithmetical ability. The 13th topic we had done is your partnership. This is your 14th topic that we had done for the chain rule, and in that only we had covered up many more topics related to it. The basic terms we had done your direct proportion and indirect proportion, and that is of course the important one. So we are in the last classes we had done your 34th question in the last class. So today we'll continue with 35th question of the sessions, and that is being the important one. So stay tuned with us, and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even you can also enjoy the video as well. Starting with 35th question of the session. So the question we have here is, if 7 spiders make 7 webs in 7 days, then one spider will make one web in how many days? This has been asked in the railway examination paper, so we'll go for the same and let's find it out. If 7 spider make 7 webs in 7 days, then one spider will make one web in how many days? This has been asked in railway examination paper. So for the same, we go for the same here. Let the required number of days be x. Here let the required number be x here. This be x, then less spiders, more days, which is indirect proportion. Less webs, less days. This is direct proportion. So spiders 1:7 and webs 7:1. This is 7:x. One into 7 into x equals to 7 into 1 into 7, which is x equals to 7. Now we go for the next. We'll talk about 36th question of the session. So here we go for the same 36th question for the sessions. This is 36th question of the session. The question is, if 18 pumps can raise 2,170 tons of water in 10 days, working 7 hours a day, in how many days will 16 pumps raise 1,736 tons of water, working 9 hours a day? The option for the same we have 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we go. If 18 pumps can raise 2,170 tons of water in 10 days working 7 hours a day. In how many days will in how many days will 16 pumps raise 1736 tons of water working 9 hours a day? The options we have here, which is 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we go for the same. Let the required number of days be x. Then less pumps, more days. This is indirect proportion. Less weight, less days. Direct proportion. More hours per day, less days. This is also comes under indirect proportion. So talking about the pumps, which is 16:18, weight 2170 ratio 1736, hours per day 9:7. This is comes under 10:x. So 16 into 2170 into 9 into x equals to 18 into 1736 into 7 into 10, x equals to that we have. So for the same, x equals to 18 into 170, then 7 36, 1736 into 7 into 10 whole upon 16 into 2170 into 9. So we cancel it out here and we'll solve this further, and that is, we for fully solved we'll get here 7 after cancelling it out all. 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are 18, then your 10 being cancelled by, we'll cancel it by 7, 7 is a 7, 7 is a 21, and we'll be having a 1, it says 7 is a 7, 0. Then we will be cancelling it out by 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 2 1s are 2, then 2 5s are 10, and then 2 5s are 10. So it will be cancel out by 5, and then we'll be having 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, and 5 1s are 5. Then it will further cancel it out. It will give you the answer, that is your 7 here. Now further we go, and that is what we'll have to answer on the other question. That has been another important question here, which is your 37th question of the session. So let's go for the same, the 37th question here. So 37th question we have, if 80 lamps can be lighted 5 hours per day for 10 days for rupees 21.25, then the number of lamps which can be lighted 4 hours daily for 30 days for rupees 76.50 is. The options is 100, 120, 150 and 160. So we go for it and we'll find out. Can be lighted 5 hours per day for 10 days working for 10 days for rupees 21.25. Then the number of lamps which can be lighted 4 hours daily for 30 days for rupees 76.50 is. Options are 100, 120, 150 and 160. So we go for the same. Let the required number of lamps be x. Then less hour per day equals to more lamps, that is your indirect proportion. More money, more lamps, direct proportion. More days, less lamp, indirect proportion. So now talking about the hours per day. Hours per day, money, and number of days. So hours per day is 4:5. Money is 21.25 ratio 76.50, and this is 30:10. So it will give you 80:x. So here 4 into 21.25 into 30 into x equals to 5 into 76.50 into 10 into 80. So we are x equals to 5 into 76.50 into 10 into 80 whole upon 4 into 21.25 into 30. So here that is we have your decimal 2 point and here as well. So these two decimals will be cancelled. 10 ones are 10, 10 threes are 30, 4 ones are 4, 4 that is your 4 twos are 8 and 0, and then we have your here will be cancelled further and it will give you the answer x equals to 120. Now moving ahead with the next important question, and that is also being important one. 38th question of the session here. So we go move ahead. 38th question. So the 38th question, which is we have, if 12 carpenters working 6 hours a day can make 460 chairs in 24 days, how many chairs will 18 carpenters make in 36 days, each working 8 hours a day? The options we have 1260, 1320, 920, 1380. That is we have to talk about. So here we go. If 12 carpenters working 6 hours a day can make 460 chairs, in 24 days, how many chairs will 18 carpenters make? In 36 days, each working 8 So the options what we have 1260, 1320, 920 and 1380. So we go for it, and that is being, let the required number of chairs be x. Then more carpenters, more chair, that is direct proportion, more hours per day, more chairs, direct proportion. More days, more chairs, direct proportion. So the carpenters hours per day, and the days, it's 12:18, 6:8 and 24:36. It will be 460:x. So where So where we go 12 into 6 into 24 into x equals to 18 into 8 into 36 into 460. So x equals to 18 into 8 into 36 into 460, 4 upon 12 into 6 into 24. So 6 ones are 6, 6 threes are 18, 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 2 ones are 2, 2 twelves are 24, 12 ones are 12, 12 threes are 36. So 36 into that is 3 into we have a multiple 460. It will be 0 and 3 is into 8, here 1 carry, and then put 12 plus 113, 1380. So required number of chairs is 1380. Now we go for the next one, which we'll talk about it. That is being another important one. That's the 39th question of the session, and let's go and find it out for the same 39th question here. So 39th question. 400 persons working 9 hours per day complete 1/4 of the work in 10 days. The number of additional persons working 8 hours per day required to complete the remaining work in 20 days is, option is 675, 275, 250 and 225 here. So with the same case we talk here, 400 persons working 9 hours per day complete 1/4 of the work in 10 days. Number of additional persons working 8 hours per day required to complete the remaining work in 20 days. Yes, that is the options we have. 675, then 275, 250 and 225. So we go for the same. Let's find it out. The solution for the same, and that we have as follows. So let the number of persons completing the work in 20 days be x. So with the solution for the 39th, we'll go, let the number of persons completing the work in 20 days be x. Work done equals to 1/4 remaining work equals to 1 minus 1 by 4, which is equals to 3 by 4. So here less hours per day. First we'll talk about more work, more men required. That comes under direct proportion, where less hours per day means more men required. That is your indirect proportion. And more days, less men required is indirect proportion. Okay, so in the same way, hours per day, eight ratio 9, work 1 by 4 ratio 3 by 4, and days 20 ratio 10, ratio 400 ratio x. So we go for it. 8 into 1 upon 4 into 20 into x equals to 9 into 3 by 4 into 10 into 400, 10 into 400, and it is being equals to further we cancel it out. 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 2 20s are is your 40, so 40x equals to here 4, this is 4, 4 1s are 4, 400s are 400, 100, 1000, 3000, 3000 into 9, so that will be equals to 27,000. So x equals to 675. Additional men, equals to 675 minus 400, which is equals to 275. Now we talk about for the next question, but that we'll discuss in the next coming class. So here we're going to end up with this, and before ending it off, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and then you can also enjoy the video as well. But other than this, if I'm talking about here, this is all were the important questions that we talk here. And so on the same behalf of this, other than this, in chemistry part 1 we had done for class 11, then part 2 we are dealing with, and physics part 1 we had done, we are dealing with this. We are dealing with CBNST, we are dealing with English vocabulary, we had done your racing, where we had done your verbal reasoning and the non-verbal reasoning. So you have to go for the same. In terms of quantitative aptitude, yes, we have to deal with many of the questions related to it. We had done your numbers, operations on numbers, SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fraction, simplifications, square root and cube root, and then we had done your averages, problems on numbers, problems on ages, stats and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership, chain rule. That is your 14th topic we are dealing. After that, we'll complete time and work, pattern system, time and distance, problems on train, boards and streams, allegations or mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, clock, stocks and shares, commutation and combination. Then we will have to do your probability to discount, bankers discount, height and distance, Hartmann series. In the section 2, we'll cover up the data interpretation, that is the tabulation, bar graph, pie charts and line graphs. So here we're going to end up with Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box.